Look at all of these individually made pages. All you gotta do is fill it out. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I post, and I do post a little bit sporadically on this channel. I do, however, now post on shorts almost every day, so definitely go and check those out if you haven't seen them. But today is a very, very exciting video. We are going to be running through my new 2023 custom made bullet journal that I have just launched on my Etsy shop. The link I'll put in my bio if you want to go and get one. But we're going to run through every single page on this, a little bit about it, and I'm going to talk through more of like the details of the pre-order and also recommend some pens that you can get to use this when it does arrive. So I started bullet journaling in 2022 and I just got one of those like standard dotted journals, and you have to draw out like all of the individual pages yourself. And although it was fun, I think towards like midway through the year, the amount of time that it was taking me to set this up every month was becoming really painful and ruining the fun of it a little bit. So as I said, I have designed this version, which is essentially all of my designs for all of the pages already in here for you. All you have to do is basically like colour it in and do your little journal entry every day. So it's pretty much all pre-made. It's got 216 custom made pages in here for you. And as I said, it is available now on my Etsy shop. I'll put the link in my bio. And if you guys are watching this video and you want to buy one, use the code YouTube10 and that will get you 10% off. That code does only run until Monday. And that is because we're running these on a pre-order, and basically the number of orders that I've got by Monday will dictate how many I order from the manufacturer. So if you want to get one and want to guarantee one, make sure you order it before Monday, as after that they will be limited stock and potentially will sell out, who knows. So yes, they are £27 each, obviously with the 10% off code you can get a little bit off that. And then I believe shipping, which is dictated by Royal Mail, is £3.65. I think that's what it comes up as on Etsy. They are only available in the UK, unfortunately. Maybe next year I'll look at doing some like international shipping options, but international shipping is almost as expensive as this journal, so I didn't really list it. If you are not based in the UK and you want to get one, I do have a digital download copy version, which you can use on like an iPad, or if you want to print out all 200 pages, go for it. That's £10 and that is on my Etsy as well. But for now, let's jump right into this. I'm going to explain it all. It's probably going to be like sort of 8 minutes of me talking through literally every single page in this book and a little bit about how you fill out each page as well. Okay, so starting off, we have the black cloth cover. It's nice, it feels really nice, and we've got the black elastic strap, which obviously allows you to like close the book. We've also got the ribbon to keep your place. On the front, we've got my little logo that I made. It just says made by KG, and then it also says 2023 bullet journal at the bottom. Both are gold foil debossed. Then if we open it up, the first page, we just have this journal belongs to, and then there's like a little space for you to put your name. And I added this little thing in here about like planners are to plan your time and then journals are to reflect on it. So this is like not really intended use for a planner. It's like to fill out in the evening before you go to bed to like reflect on how your day went. So moving on, we've then got pen test page, and as I said in the beginning, this is just a sample, so a few things are going to slightly change in this to the actual product. So I've added in 2 more of these pages, so there will be 2 pen test pages, and then you'll get this page with a 3rd pen test page, because as you'll see, each month has like 5 colours for you to like colour code that month, and I wanted to make sure there was enough to have all those colours on the pen test page. So now you have that plus a few spare boxes. And then we have the 2023 cover page, which I just went with like calendar icons. You'll see it's very icon themed. That's kind of my style. But yes, 2023. And then we have the colour key. So obviously, as you'll see as we go through, each month kind of has its own like icon. So I put all of those in here, plus a few boxes for the colour key. So like on this calendar page, you might want to mark out like birthdays or bank holidays, or like when you're going on holiday, stuff like that. And then you can do all of that on here. So then we get to the fun yearly pages. So we're starting with year in pixels. This is like one of my favourite ones to do. And essentially you're going to put here all of the different sort of like moods or like feelings that you want to track. So like sometimes I put things like productive or stressed. So it's not just like happy, sad. Obviously you can put happy, sad in here, but like I have meh as one of my like feelings on current, you know, when you're just having a bit of a meh day, or like tired and unwell, things like that. And then you color code it and you put it in the boxes. And that's kind of a running theme through the yearly pages. You have the weather tracker, and I like to do this mainly to see if this maps onto this in any way. Like if it's a really like sunny day, does that make me feel better? Or if it's like a really rainy day, does that make me feel better? Yeah, pretty much. And then we have spend tracker and step tracker. Now spend tracker is not really to like track or budget or anything, it's just to see like what you spend and when you spend it. And I have a splurge list because, so down here I'll color code this, and then on here I'll put like any big purchases. So for example, like I got a new front door this year and that was expensive, and that got put on my splurge list, so I'll color it in with the color that accords to this, what it was and how much it was. Basically, you don't have to do that, but that's how I use it. And then we've got step tracker. Now I purposely chose not to fill in the numbers here for you because obviously some people will on average do lots more steps than others. So like I would probably just put a range from 1,000 to like 10,000 on this, but some people might naturally walk 10,000 steps like every day and might want to track higher up than that. So you can fill that out yourself. And we have the 2023 bucket list, which I kept really simple, and I purposely did not put a huge number of boxes because in my 2022 bullet journal, I did 22 goals for 2022. And I think realistically, I probably hit like 3 or 4 of them because they're all like quite a lot, quite unattainable. So keeping it short so that it's more achievable for you pretty much. And then we've got the reading log. So the idea with this is you'll color code each month, as you probably would have already done. And then you can colour in the books as and when you read them, but you can also write on the book sort of what the book was and maybe give it like a rating out of like 5 stars or something. And these are some of my favourite pages because of like just how they spread across the two. We've got song of the month, so sort of each month you can write in here sort of the title of the song and who sings it for every single month. I think that's really fun. And then similarly, we've got highlight of the month, which again, you can either choose to write in this box what it was that you did, or if you're brave, draw a little picture, or if you can, print a little picture off and like stick it in there. Moving on to the monthly pages. Now we'll start with January, and I will talk through January as a whole month, and then just know that every single month is pretty much duplicated, as I won't go into the same like detail with each month. I'll just talk through like the theme of it. So January, we have chosen the theme, which is New Year, New Me, and I went with some sort of like celebratory icons. Not gonna lie, when I designed this, January was actually the last month that I designed, and it was the one that I put off because it was the hardest one to design pretty much. But when you go into the monthly pages, you have a little box, as I said, to put the sort of like 5 or 6 colours that you want to assign to this month. So what you'll colour this in with and things like that. Self-care bingo. I get a lot of questions on this, but I saw someone do this in their bullet journal and I loved it, and I've been doing it like all year in mine. So what you'll put in here is some sort of self-care things that you want to achieve. So like things I put in mine is like do a face mask, and I'll normally put that in sort of 3 times. Or it'll be like treat yourself, go out for a meal, watch a movie. It depends like how like deep you want to get with this. It could be really, really simple 5-minute tasks. You could put clean your house if that's something you consider self-care. It's completely up to you. And then when you complete those things, you colour the box in with whatever colours you've chosen for the month. So we've then got goals for the month and ideas and inspiration this month. So goals are just sort of like small things that you want to achieve this month. So one thing that I always put in is like on my Apple Watch, you get a monthly task or a monthly challenge. So I always put what the challenge is here, and that's one of my goals for the month. Ideas and inspiration is just sort of fun things that you've seen or thought of this month, just somewhere to write them down. And then when you want to look back over this journal, you can reflect on these and see if maybe you've like done them or actioned them, whatever. And then habit tracker. The way I like to do this is I will write above each of these boxes. So if you didn't know, this box is like a silhouette of like what the month of January looks like. So above the box, you'll just write whatever that habit is. So for example, you want to hit 10,000 steps, or you want to, I don't know, drink lots of water or something. You put that there. And then when you go to fill this out each day, you'll put a little dot in the box if you did that thing. So This is probably like my favourite page in the monthly pages, is the sleep tracker, which one thing that lots of people point out is this goes from sort of 2 o'clock to 12 o'clock. I don't have one. That's purely just because it didn't fit on the page. If that's a real big thing for people, then I can perhaps change it ahead of the pre-order. But I like to think that not too many people are sleeping at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But if that's not the case, drop me a comment, let me know, and I will change it. But basically, these are the days of the month and these are the hours in the day. So you'll sort of jot and draw a line across as where you slept, sort of track that, or if you had a little nap in the afternoon, you can put that in. And then we've got the mood tracker, and each month these icons will change and they have the numbers on for the sort of days of the month. And you have the little smiley faces down here, or sad faces, and you colour these in whatever colour you want to do, and then each day you fill these out as you felt. We then move on to the weekly spread. Now the way these are set up is quite similar for each month. Obviously just the theme of the pages kind of changes a little bit, but you'll have the dates for that month and the theme. So as I said, this month's theme is New Year, New Me. This page is a slightly weird example, but I didn't want to do a whole week just for this one day. So we have the weeks, and there's a little box for you to basically just sort of like write a little diary entry about how you felt that day, or whatever you want to put in here. It's completely up to you. But as you'll see in this week, this is a better example. Most weeks run Monday to Sunday. And then I've also left a little box for you to put like something that you are grateful for that month, because I think that's a really fun thing to do. Yeah, so we'll go through these. They're about very similar, but one thing to note is that when you get to a week like this, you'll see that these are kind of greyed out, and it's because these days are days that fall in the following month or the previous month in some cases. So sort of Monday 30th and Tuesday 31st are last 2 days in January, and then these are all February, and those will be in the next month's set of pages, so you basically leave these blank. So now I'm going to run through all of the other months really quickly, just sort of what the themes were. So February, we have sort of this like Valentine's love letter kind of theme, lots of hearts pretty much. The mood tracker is just lots and lots of little hearts. And then the weekly spread, we have love letters basically, because that's the theme that I picked for this month. So these little letters with the envelope open, little hearts on the top, and then that I'm grateful for section is basically a closed version of the letter. And that is February. March, we have what I've called the plant parent themes, so a little collage of lots of different like plants and stuff. You guys know that I do love a little plant. I used to paint cactus pots, so there's that. Yeah, that's pretty much this month. I'm seeing this month as being like lots of green sort of stuff, and this was one of my favourite designs, to be fair, one of my favourite simple designs. Some of them I've like integrated the design more into the boxes, and some are plain like this. This is one of my favourite like plain designs. I think it's super cute, and also March is my birthday month, so yeah. Moving on to April, this is the sort of groovy baby theme. It's like sort of the cartoony flowers, a little bit hippie. I wanted to do sort of more like pretty flowers, but it didn't really work in the sort of icon theme where you're supposed to be colouring the stuff in. And then as you can see, we've kind of got silhouettes of the flowers with a couple of like wavy lines around them, and that is what the sort of weekly spreads look like for April. May. May is one of my favourite designs because it's got the little bumblebee, and I'm so excited to colour him in, and this page is going to be so cute. But yes, the theme for this month is what I've called Honeybee. And it's got lots of sort of hexagon, or these hexagons? Yeah, hexagon shapes. This is particularly cute and particularly a favourite of mine. It was fun to actually put together. And this is one of my favourite weekly spreads that's like actual shapes. So as you can see, I've done the hexagon shape for all of these. Chuffed with how it turned out. And as you'll see, like each month has a different font that I've assigned to it. June. June, I absolutely hate the way I named this. I've just called it Zesty Zesty, as you'll see like in the monthly pages here. I've named them all. I didn't really know what to call it. I basically went with sort of like a lemon and lime theme. So you'll see some of these are together, but you would colour them in different colours when you actually do it. But yes, a lemon and lime theme. This page is a little crazy and took me ages to do because it's all the little details. But yes, and then very simple sort of weekly spread. We've just got the lemons and the limes, and I think it's cute. And July, we've got summer holiday. So we've got sort of ice lollies, beach balls, some little sunshines. The mood tracker is a big collage of ice lollies, and it's really cute because you could actually colour these in multiple colours if you really wanted to. The weekly spreads, as you can see, are little suitcases, and I really love this, it's super cute. And then that I'm grateful for is just like a little luggage tag. But yeah, as I said, the theme is summer holiday. I think you guys should let me know, like, in terms of next year, if you'd want to see the exact same themes again or new themes. August, now when I showed this to sort of friends and family to get some sort of initial feedback on it, August was the month that everyone commented on. Everyone hates that this A looks like this, but that's just the font. And people aren't huge fans of the jellyfish, but I really like it, so we kept it, obviously. And yeah, the habit tracker is quite a simple month. It's just got the 2 jellyfish, but not everyone loves that, but I do. We've got the little starfish for the mood tracker. And then the weekly spread is just the little jellyfish and some shells on it. Again, the icon for this month is just a little shell, and the theme is under the sea. September, we have back to school, which I know is not going to be like completely appropriate to everyone, but I think everyone can still relate to it in some way or another. Like, I'm not going back to school, but I still get it, and I still think it's a cute theme. We've got little books in the mood tracker, and then the weekly spread are, again, little like books open and close, plus a little bit of lab equipment that I'm grateful for. You can write it in here. And the theme is back to school with the little light bulb icon. October, and October was my favourite month that I designed in my personal bullet journal, so I actually kept the theme almost identical to that. We've got like spooky season, pumpkins, autumn leaf, and little cobwebs. I love the little cobwebs in the corner of these. Yeah, habit tracker, we've just got little pumpkins and leaves, and for the mood tracker I did these little ghosts, which I realised kind of look a little odd when they're just on their own like this, but I still think they're cute. And then yeah, we've just got the boxes with the little cobwebs in the corner, and I redesigned these like cobweb boxes probably like 20 times before I got them to look the way that I wanted them to look, I'm not gonna lie. Then we've got November. November was another one of the months that I really struggled with getting something like themed around it. I went with what I called solar eclipse, and I know lots of people are gonna get annoyed about this because there's a bunch of pictures of moons and I'm calling it a solar eclipse, but like this sort of thing here, I googled it to make sure it was factually correct. It is a solar eclipse, not a lunar eclipse, so I tried to call it so that it was factually correct. And we've got the little stars and stuff for the habit tracker. And then this is what the weekly spread looks like. A couple moons. I think actually this looks pretty jazzy, although one thing I'm conscious of this is there's not too much room to make it super colourful this month, which is maybe a little sad and my bad, but you know, you can add colour in however you want. Maybe like put some colourful lines on the bottom of these. That's probably what I will do, or colour the stars in like fun colours. And finally we have December, which of course is a Christmas winter wonderland theme. We've got presents and holly and snowflakes. And baubles. I was going to go with snowflakes. I actually designed this page in 2 different ways. One was snowflakes, one was baubles. But I decided that baubles was a little more sort of way that you could colour in than snowflakes. So it was going to look more exciting once you guys have actually completely filled the whole thing in. And then here we have the weekly spread. We have the little presents and the little I'm grateful, which is just sort of like holly and mistletoe. And that is pretty much it for this. And I, at the end, will have a few spare pages so I can get here. So there will just be a couple of like blank dotted pages that are spare for you to complete if you so wish. But that is a complete run through. So I get a lot of questions about what pens I use to fill these in, and I don't really have any like proper recommendations. I genuinely just go on Amazon and type in like dual brush markers. So this is the ones I've got. I think these in total cost me like 20 quid for all of these pens, so that's pretty good. I will leave a link in the description to these pens, but you genuinely can just type that in and get whichever ones are like best for you, or like the number of pens. You probably don't need this many pens to fill out the journal, I just did. So yes, that's my recommendation, because then you get both ends, you get a thin end and a thick end to fill it out. That is it. I really hope that answered all of your questions, but if it didn't, please just leave any more questions in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. But I hope you're as excited for this as I am. It will be available until we sell out essentially, but as I said, try and get your orders in before Monday to guarantee yourself one before Christmas. But yes, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much if you go ahead and purchase one. I'm so excited and honestly so proud of myself for being able to do this, like 216 pages. It took me a long time, I'm not gonna lie to you. There were a lot of late nights and stuff. I think I pulled this logo together at like 2 AM before the deadline from the manufacturer to get this sample sent out to me. But yes, we did it, we made it, and all is good. So yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.